That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah. we do it. That's how we do it. Yeah.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the CriticalX Valorant Milestone series, powered by Loco, here with the host Blackjack and Baba Gusta, as we are here, folks, for the grand finale of the Milestone series. That is correct. Your ears do not deceive you. This is, in fact, the grand finale to the entire Milestone event, and it is what the last few months of Level Up series and near non-stop Valorant action have been leading to. The grand finals, a best of 5 to decide who will be your Milestone champions. It is here, it is now. We hope you're ready. Baba, how do you do on this fine afternoon?
Well, Jack, I am doing absolutely great, and also this is the grand finals. I mean, we're finally here. It's Fangs versus Reckoning. Only one will be crowned as the champions of the Milestone event series, and also to take away with a total of 65,000 rupees for first place, and for the second place, though, for runner-up, they'll have at least a total of 45,000 rupees on their hand. I mean, this is a total of 1,50,000 rupees prize pool. So from first place to sixth place, they will get some share of amounts, but the highest will be 65,000. So a lot is on the line, and it is going to be electrifying matchup. I mean, we did get to witness a lot of huge plays on the semifinals, winners bracket, and even on losers bracket. We saw how powerful Reckoning was, and somehow Team Punished, they couldn't get to handle the pressure, they couldn't get to handle the frustration being made from these two teams, and unfortunately they did get eliminated in the end, but they will secure their third place. But for now, let us focus on the main event, folks. It is Reckoning Esports versus Team Fangs. As we take a look at the team spots around here, man, this is a fight that I will definitely be looking for. Don't you think, Jack?
Absolutely, Baba. I have to agree with you on that one. As we move into the team versus team graphic that we'll show you just in a minute here. There we go. Overall, stats-wise, Reckoning has won more matches in the Milestone series. And overall, I believe they've played a couple more than Fangs might have. But then again, both were in the grand finals of their respective Level Up series. So they've they've been through it. They have gone through all the motions. They have overcome all the hurdles. Here they are at the final hurdle here and now to finish off this, well, this entire series. This is it. This is how it should be in the situation, at least. And we'll go into the player replay to see exactly how, both of these teams are going to be faring. Both are the captains, as you can see, Rio and Cole. Excuse me if I sound a little distracted. I was going over my data just for a little analysis, as it were. Rio and Cole, both the captains of Reckoning and Fangs, respectively, and both leading from the front, leading the charge. Very similar stats overall. The only biggest difference being in combat score and damage per round, but really that is a variable that isn't always in your control per se. But overall, good stuff from the both of them. They have led their teams to this stage here and now, and this best of five will decide which of them are going to be crowned your milestone champions. Interestingly enough, both Fangs and Reckoning lost their Level Up Series grand finals before coming to the Milestone Series. That is correct. Fangs, formerly known as FS Esports, played against Team Row, who I also believe, excuse me right there, who I also believe got dropped from their org not too soon after. They lost to them, Fangs as in lost to, the team that was Team Row back then in a 3-1. And I believe Team Sudesh also beat Reckoning Esports to get to the top seed of Level Up Series 3. So interesting, little tidbits right there. Both of them lost their BO5s coming into this match. But this one, of course, one of them will win. One of them will be able to right the wrongs of the past. Who will it be? We will find out. The maps have all been chosen, folks. So let's not waste too much time and have a look at those 5 maps. Best of 5, after all. We'll have a look at them in a bit, of course. And all 5 maps, I believe, are going to be pretty interesting overall. So, with that being said, Fangs, Reckoning, all of them are in. Baba, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I mean, I do have to say first thing, especially on the Swiss format groups where we didn't get to witness a lot of matches between Fangs, because the first match unfortunately was a forfeit. They had a lot of problems that need to be dealt with. They had one loss and one win, and then suddenly, when we see them compete in the winners bracket, they started to heat things up. They started to defeat Blind Esports. They defeated Reckoning Esports, and now not too long ago, defeating Punished on best of 3 to get the spot on the grand final. So, and I could say in the beginning, Fangs was having a lot of issues that they finally cleared it, and now they are looking very strong in the grand final stage. But the same thing can be said to Reckoning Esports, though, winning every single matchups in the Swiss group, not even losing a single point in the Swiss group. Unfortunately, got lose to who. It's Fangs, 13-1, and then they started to come back up by defeating Team Sudesh, the same team that they defeated Reckoning Esports on Level Up Series 3 on a best of 5 grand finale. Reckoning Esports, they defeat Team Sudesh 13-10, and now we see them defeat Team Punished 2-0. So in this grand finals, I could say, Jack, anything can happen. And I have to say, Fangs, they have done I'm hoping that they've done a lot of homework on their hands. The same thing can be said to Reckoning Esports too. So if I have to make a guess, maybe I could say Fangs, because I've seen their performance, I've seen how they play, and the way how they've been making these clutches one by one. I could say that Fangs might come out.
Well, we will see that later on, Bob. I don't think we were quite rolling for predictions just yet. But what we are rolling for is going to be the maps, the 5 maps of this matchup. Ascent, Haven, Split, Icebox, and Bind. Ascent, picked by Fangs, and of course, as you can see, it kind of rolls on from there. Reckoning are going to be defending on Ascent. Fangs will be defending on Haven. Reckoning defending once again on Split, and Fangs defending twice on Icebox and Bind. Interesting choices right here. No Breeze, it seems. Neither of these teams seem to like that map in particular. Understandably so, looking at their overall map win percentages, they don't really like Breeze per se. They don't really like to go Breeze either. And they've got a pretty even split when it comes to attacker or defender side on Breeze. So it's not really surprising that they are not going to go there. Neither of these teams, that is. Breeze was probably one of the first maps banned, I'll be honest with you, as we have the 5 maps taken by both sides, and they are going to be fighting absolutely tooth and nail. Reckoning, of course, they were defeated, just like Baba said, 13-1 by Fangs in the upper bracket. So they'll be looking for that revenge tour, and this is quite the stage to be making that revenge tour. I still remember after the matches were over, Fangs actually, started throwing caution to the wind on social media. So let's hope that they can back up that bark with a little bit of bite right here, because they will need it. Reckoning will be fired up after their win yesterday against Team Punished. Punished, my goodness, they were completely taken to town. Reckoning was just not sparing anything. No quarter given. So anyway, folks, that is all the preamble and whatnot. So let us not waste any more time. We're going to be going into the match, into the agent selection. And as we have the agents being picked up, I believe now is the time we start to talk about who we think might win. I'm not really sure about the BO5 as a whole, but Ascent here and now with Reckoning on the defense, I have to say, Baba, I feel like Reckoning's going to take it.
All right, Jack. I mean, since you did locked in on Reckoning, and since I've already locked in on Fangs, without even looking at the best of 5 maps, like a brilliant old me, I'll still lock it in. I'll still lock it in because, once I've said it, it'll be confirmed 100% nonetheless. But for now, let's just head on in to the agent select, folks. This is the grand finals of the Milestone event. Reckoning Esports on defense, Fangs on attack. Let's see what kind of agents that we'll be able to see here being brought up from both of these teams. And talking about Fangs' side, we don't have... there's no surprise there.
Agent.
We will see Kohli yet again with the Sova. We see Rio with the Sova once again. The IGL leaders for both. And there won't be any changes in the agent pick except Harsh bringing in the KO. Now, KO brings in so much to the table. You have the suppression. You have that suppression knife that can deny any ability that can pass through, especially on execution wise, especially when you have only 30 seconds left for you to push in on any particular side that you need to. So bringing in KO, his null command, his suppression knife is so powerful, it is going to be a bit difficult for the side of Team Fangs to be defending, or should I say even attacking both at the same time. But we'll get to know it in the pistol round itself, folks. So without any further ado, let us proceed to the first matchup of the grand finals. Map Ascent pistol round. And after this 30-second comes to an end, we will see who will be crowned as the winners of the Milestone event. But we still have we still have 5 more maps to go. So in this first map, we'll get to see how these two teams are feeling it.
Absolutely. What are their strategies against each other? What are their plans? And what are their contingency plans for when we go into the match itself? Unfortunately, the timer has been paused, but you know what that gives us time for? That gives us time to look at all of the agents that have been picked and exactly who is playing what. And, well, folks, there is no surprise here. Everybody's going to be picking all of the meta stuff that we have come to expect. Omen from Pixels, Jet from Deadly, Sova from Rio, Killjoy from Bad Love, and KO from Hirsch. And from the other side, Sova from Kohli, Killjoy from Cortez, Reina from IWNL, Omen from Dominic, and Jet from Cactus. The only difference between both of these teams is that there is a KO on the side of Reckoning, and there's a Reina on the side of IWNL. So it seems like there's a couple of distinct plans going around, but the KJ and the Sova are going to be very useful here on Ascent. Omen, of course, has proven himself very, very well in this in the current meta of Valorant. The last couple of buffs he got in the patch previous to the new one definitely allowed Omen to be just a bit more competitive, as it were. Who knows? Phoenix might get some of those buffs sometime in the future. I've been seeing, players in the community talk about Phoenix buffs every now and again. They might actually get that. You never really know. And Jet, of course, ever the present duelist, ever here. You had that big change to the dash, and it does not matter. Jet is still going to be playing just as aggressively as they always have been. The match itself has begun, folks. Here we go. Map number 1 on the pistol round. The buy round is here. Not the buy round, excuse me, the pistol round. The first round is in. IWNL wants to contest on mid. Can't quite, though. No visuals on any of the operators. Suppression knife goes out, and good shot from Deadly. That's going to be a first one, and a big one indeed. That is the Reyna down and out of the round. I don't think IWNL is going to be too happy about that. Cactus waiting inside of the Omen smoke, and it falls away just as Bad Love fell back. But they're right there on Garden. And another smoke goes off on that door. Turret will see exactly where Cactus is. Do a bit of damage at that too. Shock Dart goes out. And that's just going to force the KJ back. But not by much. They're still holding Garden door. Waiting for that smoke to go down so that they can get an idea of who is where. And finish them off accordingly. Kohli wants to push in. They can't quite get. They've got to take this slow. Shots fired. No one connects. Smokes from the Omen. This time from the enemy open. There's one position given away. That's Pixels. But what a teleport right there. At the right time too. Good shot to take down Cactus, who took down Deadly right there. The trade is in. Cortez on the B site. Trying to contest one right now. Knows where that enemy is. But do they know that there is now a KO coming in as well? Now. Rio. Gotta be careful of the swarm grenade. Dominic's gonna find one. That's Bad Love on the board. Spike is down on the meanwhile on the floor. Pixels will get that kill on Dominic and Kohli as well. It's very hard to stop Pixels, and Cortez is all the way on the other side. There's no way that this KJ makes it out of this one. And well, there's no way she makes it out of it alive either. 1-0. The first round goes to Reckoning after a considerably slow and methodical start from both teams.
Yep. Slow and steady wins the race. But especially for attackers, though, slow and steady might help them, sort of. But when you have a time on the clock and you need to complete it at a specific time given, then definitely they need to worry about that. And I believe they took way too much time on trying to get picks to eliminate players one by one on Reckoning's side. And look at that Deadly. Very aggressive. Suppression knife definitely helping out for him. And here comes the first and the second to take out Kohli. Third! Deadly! What are you doing? 3 kills! My goodness! Can he get the fourth? Yes, he does! He's on! Can he get it? Can he take out Cactus? Can that happen? The ace from Deadly! What a way to start it off from Reckoning! 2-0! This is just... Folks, this is grand final, so you just gotta go all in or all out. Ace for Deadly.
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. That was one hell of an ace. And not to mention the no-scope right at the end. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
The no-scope on the final player, too. You never know if the Marshal's going to hit, even if it's on close range, right? But beautiful crosshair placement. And the shot connecting from Deadly as well. They've got their ult up. They are feeling themselves right now. Location revealed in the meanwhile. Rio finds one only to get taken down by IWNL. Knives are out, and they're going out towards the B entry. But you got to be careful. There's attackers behind you and in front of you. Deadly is going to be just walking around back and forth from the mid gate as the attackers in the meanwhile are rotating. They seem like they want to go A, and they are moving themselves over for that exact purpose. They're all here. IWNL, Dominic, the rest of the crew. Battler's going to find one, but only to get taken out by IWNL. It's now big execute onto the site. The push is in. Will the plan go off them? It should any second now. The Sova has it, and the spike should be on the floor. Deadly's right here, and all you need is for this smoke to go down. It's gonna be kills galore. Deadly, can you do this? Any second. Presence detected. Deadly finds one. Can't quite get the second though. Kohli will get that kill on the Jet. Finish off that player. Cactus on the underpass. Kohli by the box, waiting, but can't fight off Pixels. Cactus in the meanwhile finds him. Oh dear. It's between Cactus and Hirsch now. The Jet and the KO. The jump down is seen, and Cactus will finish it off. Hirsch, unfortunately, didn't quite have the room to get the shot off on the Jet to finish the round. And that will be Fangs taking their first. Oh boy. That is, yeah, folks. If you were wondering if either side was going to wait to get started and play the long game in the BO5, they already are. And this is how they do it. It is all in, all the marbles here and now, because momentum matters. In a best of 5, if you're able to get the first map, Knave in the first 2, then the pressure on your enemy team is too huge to count out. Deadly's got the op now. And that, well, is going to be true to the namesake Deadly. Suppression knife is in. Oh, Rio! The Odin spraying through. That's IWNL gone. And a big loss for Fangs to start off the 4th.
Oh man, Cactus was thinking of getting the ult up to use the Blade Storm, but that immediately gets denied from the Odin. It's over. How will he use the Blade Storm now? Well, he can't because they've already lost IWNL, so he'll just get his weapon instead. Followed up with them losing the early frag. Reckoning Esports had the early frag in control, and also the information being given from Harsh. Fragment. Now any push happening from mid. It's too late. Look at that. 3 stack from B main. If they take out the Sova right then and there, the op shot, will it connect? Let me hear the shots. Nope. Not a single shot being heard around. There you go. That's the shot. That's what I've been waiting for. That's the spike down. And the second one to take out Cortez. This is huge once again for Reckoning this side. And now they are currently stuck in mid-market. The door's been closed, but now it's been opened. Dash will come in, and here comes the retrieval. Hush to take out one and the second. There goes Cactus, there goes Dominus, and victory will be in favor for Reckoning Esports once again. 3-1, and I have to talk about that second round. The round where Jet gets the ace. If Harsh didn't use the suppression knife from mid-link to suppress the KJ, that turret would have given an exact location on exactly where Deadly was. And because of that suppression knife being used, and KJ's abilities being suppressed, there's no information. And Deadly gets away with all of that. That is so well done from Harsh to not only give support for the team, but also the kill. And there you go. He's been dealing a major damage here from this round too by taking out Dominic.
That is huge indeed. Not just a support, mind you. Harsh is just that good of a player, as you have more Omen smokes going out on that A wall, entry wall that is. Oh, here's Deadly. Watching that mid-entry from the defender side, attacker side, excuse me. But no, they're going to come back around instead. This is actually the spot to be in, and Deadly knows. Just going to crouch in, make sure you've got your position, you've got your angle held.
Oh boy.
They've got cover from the longer door as well. The Owl Drone sees him. Oh, good dash back. Needed that in that situation. Oh, there's the Reyna down as well. What a shot, what a connect. Beautifully done. Deadly wants one more. They can hear the KJ. Doesn't quite connect though. They need this connection. They can't get it. Cortez will shut them down. But there's the Odin. Rio finds one. They're trying to find one more, but they can't. Cactus, that is. And wait, what? Okay. The Omen just kind of bolted from in front of Cactus right there. Pixels, who comes back and finishes off Coley. All right, mid-market had a few shenanigans going on, we see. But shenanigans aside, 4-1. Good start from Reckoning. They've been pretty oppressive on the pressure, and their defense has just been pretty good overall and staggered well. Like, they've staggered their defensive pressure well enough to, you know, make Fangs think that, okay, there's a little bit of a gap here. There's a lull in the action. We can maybe rotate. We can maybe turn things around. But what's really happening is Reckoning, they were already rotating sites because they, you know, called it. It was a bit of a read in that last round that Fangs are going to switch sites. They've already lost a body. They can't afford to come here anymore. They know we've got utilities, so they're going to move off towards the B site. Let's go as well. And they were correct on the call. Fangs did exactly that, primarily because Fangs themselves had lost so much utility on that execute. They had very few things remaining, a couple of jet smokes, you know, KJ's turret, but other than that, there wasn't much left. And, you know, a Sova recon bolt, but all Sova mains, you know, they saved those recon bolts, one of them at least for later in the round, because you do need that. You do need the intel. As we had a tech pause, so that's why we had to come back to us for a second, folks. We are going to be going back into the match. 4-1, Reckoning Esports starting out strong.
Deadly's feeling it. Oh boy, he won't be able to get that shot though. Unfortunate. There was a jumping peak from Cactus, and IWNL wants to take him out, but no, Deadly's faster. IWNL, oh boy, he's getting picked out every single round from Deadly, and he's losing, and currently he's losing all these duels being made. The AWP and the Vandal, very difficult in a situation like that. But IWNL needs to make those kinds of plays. He needs to be in an unpredictable spot where he could at least try to take out 1 or 2 players, and that is not happening because of Deadly. Deadly, he is predicting every single move that IWNL is doing, and it is hurting them a lot. And when it comes to anchoring the site on A, looking very strong once again. Here comes the suppression knife to give them the information and also the confirmation to take out Cactus from Pixels. And look at that, the entire, I would say both the sites are on lockdown. Only mid control is theirs, and look at that. Not even letting them enter the site. And there goes the final player too, once again in the hands of Arch. 5-1. A flawless round coming in from Reckoning Esports. And I have to say, what just happened to Fangs? What is happening in their coordination? And IWNL, despite his best efforts to be unpredictable, Deadly, he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what Reyna is doing. He exactly knows at what time Harsh needs to use his suppression knife to give support. And I do have to apologize. The coordination that comes in from Reckoning Esports is so good that I am stammering here for the past 10 seconds. That's how great Reckoning Esports is when it comes to making these kinds of plays. And look at that. Wait a minute. Aggressive push. This is an eco round nonetheless. Sees the head of Dominic. Attempts for a hip fire. Unfortunately, won't be able to get that kill nonetheless. Dominic still in mid. Sees the headshot, but no. There's a lot of pressure coming in from mid-market once again. Only Sheriffs, but will that work out? I don't think so. Already 2 kills in favor of 4 Reckoning, and here comes Harsh once again. Pop flash, he gets 1, he gets 2, and it's IWNL back again in a 1v4 situation. Can he do it? Unfortunately, he does not. He will be met with Deadly, with the deadliest force of a shorty.
Yeah, jump shot shorty to the face definitely would hurt. Anyone can tell you that one. 6-1, Reckoning Esports are absolutely steamrolling through this match so far. And something tells me that they may have, seen that post from the Fangs players. They were talking a lot. They were talking a lot about the 13-1 they got over Reckoning the other day in the upper bracket BO1. And methinks Reckoning now wants this one to be a 13-1. And there goes IWNL. There's no recovering from that. Deadly has their sights on that Reyna. They know that IWNL absolutely loves momentum. And any piece of momentum given away to IWNL is literally free ground for Fangs. And that's why the Reyna has been shut down, I think at least 4 times early in this match so far. Oh dear, that was one big kill for Hirsch, but here's Bad Love to fire back. But Coley will get that as well. Cactus went down in the meanwhile, and that unfortunately leaves them in a 3v2. A couple of important players have been taken care of, mind you. The KJ and the KO are gone from Reckoning Esports' side. So it's not all bad as a recon bolt will go out. Coley coming up towards mid to meet up with Cortez. But the question is Cortez safe? So far, the answer has been yes. Reckoning are more than happy to just fall back and hold site. Meanwhile, the attackers are rotating away towards B, and there was one defender on that B long door. Are they still there on that entry? They are, but they're peeking towards mid to spawn. They're kind of going between mid spawn and B long. It seems like, that is in fact Rio. Just waiting to see if they can get one. Do they know that this pushes in? They will in a minute once the spike is on the floor. 10 seconds remain. Positions are going to be revealed if there's anyone in there, but there isn't, of course. Turret goes out from Cortez, and the spike is now on the floor. Swarm grenade's out. Alarma bot is out. KJ with the lockdown is in here now. The site is going to be in the favor of Fangs. It is a full situational reversal. Shots are about to be fired, but no, Rio is just going to get both anyway. One player's been detained, but that really doesn't matter in the scheme of things because there's no defenders to take advantage of that. Reckoning Esports will still win round number 8, put themselves on a 7-1, and they, the more rounds they win, the more obvious it's getting. They want that 13-1 just to make a statement right about now. Not only to get the first round on board for themselves, obviously, right? You want that first round. Who wouldn't? But you want that first map, of course, in a BO5. Momentum goes your way. But more so than that, the way they've been playing, you can see that they're playing with a vengeance right now. They are clearly still not too happy about Fangs getting that 13-1 and bragging about it. They're like, okay, you got it once. We can do it as well. Watch us do it on the biggest stage in the Milestone series. And that is exactly what they're doing right now. They're trying to do an 80% speedrun of this grand final.
I mean, I wouldn't say an 80% speedrun, Jack, but I would say Fangs
come on.
needs... I mean, I know. I mean, Fangs are currently not having a good day, especially on the first map of Ascent, but yeah, I kind of feel like they can do it in this round. I mean, 13-11, imagine the irony if that happened once again. You know, imagine Fangs who just 13-1 Reckoning Esports, and then suddenly you see on map Ascent, it's 13-1, and guess what? It was the exact same map where the 13-1 against. Is that right? I believe so.
I think it was.
I mean,
let me just go back. Let me just go back and check.
Yeah, but for now, as we focus on round number 9,
Deploying drone.
we'll see some execute coming in towards the B side. You have Kohli with the owl drone to give some vital info, but doesn't have the proper information here. And Bad Love and Deadly still holding the side as best as possible. The dangerous
my goodness!
Oh man, precious!
my
And there you
goodness!
go. The entire squad wiped out. And again, something happened to my accent, Zach. Something just happened, but I have to say,
I heard that.
but the Omen spray,
Bad Love.
the out. Wait, did I just say bad love or just bad?
No. You said it with like a weird accent, or you said bad love. Almost like a Southern American, you know? Not Southern American as in Latin American, I mean like Southern United States, you know? Yeah, like how they say, you know, yeehaw! Something like that.
Like
okay,
wow.
that's a bit stereotypical. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
But anyhow,
Anywho,
enough
yeah.
about accents. 8-1, and Deadly is in here. Just watching that mid door. Suppression knife is in too, which means it's gonna be a big push out. Knives are in. Can they get this though? Not quite. Oh, so close, but it could have been so much more for Deadly. But Harsh will go down at the same time. Seems like a little bit of a fire back is happening right now from Fangs. They've got all players alive, and they're pushing out towards A. We've got the Omen putting everything out as well. The Reina's all seeing eye. Dominic finds one. That's Pixels down. And one more that's Rio down as well. Is this the denial of the 13-1? Bad Love is coming in from above. LMG in hand, but it won't matter. Cactus shuts them down quickly at that too. Sees the cage and says, nope, not this time. And finally, after 6 rounds of getting torn apart, Fangs have put themselves on the board. The 10th round goes to them. And all right, I will concede, it's no longer an any percent speedrun of Ascent. However, I did go back and check, right, like I said. And it was indeed Ascent where Fangs took that 13-1 against Reckoning Esports. So now, they are going to be, you know, very much apprehensive about how this round goes. Shots fired, but oh, well, never mind. What was I even worried about? Rio's right here with the Odin anyway. Shots are fired. Cole's gonna go down. That was that, you know, big half smoke right there from the Omen, allowing Bad Love to get that kill as well. Fires back immediately, Reckoning Esports, and that's what you look forward to. The trades of rounds and bodies, and Reckoning are more than happy to just do that and fall back, play it safe for the rest of the round.
Yep. I mean, because you have 2 agents which currently masters in denial of executes. Null Command and Lockdown. With both of them being in play, all it needs is just one single information, and that information should be relayed from that smoke. RWNL with the flash. So does the Paranoia coming in from Pixels. A bit worried about Cortez, and he should be worried enough. 1 killed, and another 2 favoring the side of Cortez. In a 3v3 situation, post-plant, we might see Null Command being popped up. Or maybe they'll just wait for the Sova to succeed with his flanks. If he succeeds in eliminating Cortez, in which Sova, Rio, he won't. He actually will try to take out the door, and here comes the null command. 3v3, Deadly.
Here.
He only has 32 HP, so if he misses, if he at least missed one of his shots, it is not going to be favorable for him, but it's favoring for now. Again, Rio to take out Cortez. IWNL gone, and the third one to take out Dominic. Oh no! Oh, not looking too good here for Fangs. They've had the site under control. What just happened? I mean, you saw two of them were below rafters. You saw one of them on a wine. For a moment there, I thought they had the round. They even had the perfect execute that Cortez just cleared the entire place on A main, and somehow Reckoning Esports gets away with the post-plant defuse. 9-2, first half. Fangs, only 2 wins in this first half.
That is quite the score right there. I think we can all agree. 9-2 in the first half so far, and we're not done with the first half. This is the last round of Reckoning Esports' defense here on Ascent, and they will want to make it 10-2 at the very least. As we have a shock dart going out, interesting use of that right there. Deadly watching that same doorway on B main. But no one's going to come in just yet, actually. Cactus, in the meanwhile, has... Oh! Okay, then Hunter's Fury exposing Badlow's position. And Cactus taking full advantage of that. Coley with the Hunter's Fury did not quite find anyone other than that, of course. Good use of the utility, albeit. But would have been even better if they had found one more. But they didn't. That's fine. Right now, it seems like it's a little scattered for both sides, as Deadly will get that kill. IW down, and there goes Cactus to Pixels as well. Sudden double drop right now, as Rio will push out to mid, do a little bit of firing, we do a little bit of bamboozling, and fall back very quickly. Because this is what Reckoning does, right? It's very much hit and run. They come in, they get the kill, 1 or 2.
Seconds left.
As soon as they're in the advantage, fall back. Let them have the rest of the round, the time to themselves. We have the advantage. But the thing is, Fangs has slowly been firing back. And now with the B side cleared, they're going to get the spike on the floor, which means it's a site retake situation for Reckoning Esports. Dominic, there we go. That's going to be a teleport out, but ooh, that teleport was stopped. Pixels goes down in the meanwhile to Coley. Harsh knows that there's going to be one out towards the spawn, but can't quite get that kill. None of them can, for that matter. Position was given away from the Recon Bolt as they want to go for a grenade. Yes, the grenade is now out. That's going to stop that Sova from pushing up. Coley, unfortunate, as we have the turret, but no, nothing's really working out right now other than Rio and the LMG. They get one, can't get the other. Coley comes in, finishes off the round. It's not a 9-2. It's not a 10. It's not a 10-2. It's not a 9-1. Not a 11-1. It is a 9-3. I had all of my numbers mixed up for a second there. Forgive me for that. But yeah, so far Fangs have managed to avoid getting completely washed on one side, which is good. But they will need to do more if they want this match to go their way. They are 6 rounds behind, and Reckoning are merely 4 rounds from the first map.
I mean, I have to say, Jack, the way how Coley uses Hunter's Fury to only take out Bad Love, knowing that he was on a wine, and he made sure to get that post-plant spike win as well. Bring themselves on 9-3, and here comes the execute from RGE. What will happen? Information being given from the Recon Dart, and also the confirmation from Arch. And Deadly is just taking out players one by one. There you go. Instant site control on B. Post-plant will happen, and here comes the same push from Team Fangs. All 3 of them on mid-market. Currently 2 of them in mid-market. One of them slowly making his way from the defender side spawn. Make some angles, and Cactus, can he win the gunfight? No, it does not. Deadly will succeed once again, and it's only 2 players left here. What will happen next? IWNL finally winning the gunfight against Deadly. This is a good sign, especially on the second half. Again, presence detected. So much damage being dealt around, but you still have those overheals. It's not working out too well. Once again, Dominic goes out, and so does IWNL in the hands of Rio. 10-3. Reckoning Esports looking strong even on the pistol rounds in second half. And I have to say, 9-3. When you see a scoreline like that, you always think, hey, it's the 9-3. Is the curse in effect? Maybe, maybe not. But winning this pistol round shows that Reckoning Esports have so much advantage when it comes to economy gain, when it comes to having utility. It always comes down to a single mistake Reckoning Esports does, and if it did happen, I could say that it might be in effect, but it shouldn't hinder a lot on Reckoning Esports' end. But for Fangs, they are desperate in need to win this round, and look at that, the paranoia, the succession, that's the second kill, and once again it's an entire clean out. Oh wow, what? Okay, an entire clean out.
So I have a question.
Yeah, go
Was
ahead,
the
Jack.
entire defensive side stacked up towards
Yeah,
B
they
main,
were.
or
Yeah, they were.
they actually
All
were?
five
Yeah.
players. All
Yeah,
five
I
players were
looked-
stacked up on B. Yeah.
I looked away for a second just to, put in the rounds and whatnot, the sheets and the notes and stuff. So I wasn't entirely aware. That's why I had to ask, because when I turn back and I just see the kill feed, it's like deadly, Rio, deadly.
Yeah, I mean, it was an
I
eco
wasn't
round, so they decided to
confused.
do exactly that. So,
I mean,
yeah.
I get it. They needed the eco, right? They need their economy in check right about now. But here we go, the aggressive push in. Deadly's already in here, gets one, thanks to the Aldrin as well. Actually, that was hers to get that. Pop flash and grenades and swarms, it's all in here. Bad love. Yes, Dominic was just completely caught unawares. And there's Deadly with another, that's Cactus down. This is aggression as never before, well, I wouldn't say never before seen, but, for the Milestone series, I don't think Reckoning has ever been this aggressive. It's only left two players from Fangs, Coley and Cortez, the last two standing. And theirs is going to fall back towards mid, but there's also a player towards mid, so they're going to fall back towards B instead. At least try and save the guns, because if not, then they will be forced into another economy round. And going into economy on map point, folks, that is not a good situation to be in. But look at this, Reckoning is literally hunting game right now.
Oh,
Pixels is here, Deadly is here. And there's a turret as well, just to... Ooh, Cortez is actually going to get that. Spike goes over the meanwhile, but that was a bygone conclusion. Cortez gets two, actually, but ooh, there's one, maybe a second. No, not quite. Coley will get, well, a lot of kills in that round. But, and actually get to save the gun. So, not all bad for Fangs. But the situation is dire. It's map point here for Reckoning Esports. 12-3. And like we said, a bit of a steamroll going on right now. Not the any percent speedrun that we thought that this match was, this first map was going to be, but it's been a fast one. And we are just about close to the finish. Maybe it'll end here, maybe it won't. Let's see if Fangs has any last second answers.
Null command. We all know what's gonna happen here, folks. Execute on the A side, and the denial from Hush. That's one. That's two. Dominic is still here to survive the major casualties that will happen on the A side, but they still have some good information. But Dominic, he still survives. He is still dealing major damage here. Here comes the support from IWNL. Dominic with the triple to take out Hush, and it's Rio. Unfortunately, the heavy execute on the A side failed. And RGE, unfortunately, will have to lose this round. I mean, when it comes to economy, I believe they could have the Vandals and their heavy armors back. With Deadly having Bladestorm, he could be able to help his team get the Vandal. Information? Nope, no information as of now. But winning a 1v4 situation is not an easy task. And if Rio clutches this out, it would have been a miracle, but IWNL decides not to and make sure to get that win once again. 12-4, it's still match point for Team Reckoning. Oh boy. This is a... there is a lot to talk about, and 12-4, Reckoning Esports being also very dominant in the second half, as well as both in the first half too. 3 attack rounds, back-to-back wins in second half. And previous round, we saw Dominic hold his ground, made sure that every bullets count, and took out players one by one. Good job from Dominic, but he needs to keep going in order to survive in this grand finals.
There's a lot that needs to be done. I think no one can really contest that fact. We have the suppression knife coming in. Will that find one? Yes, one, but that's just the Sova. There's item Luna right there, but no, what a shutdown by Harsh. Deadly wants this, but do they know there's somebody right in the corner? And that's gonna be Coley and Cactus taking two. You needed to check that corner. Rio peeks away at just a little bit unfortunate the timing right there. As Cortez will find one more Battle of Down. Wait a minute, Fangs. Are they actually mounting a comeback right now? Well, that would be something, wouldn't it? Coley finds one more pixels on the board, and Rio, last one standing. Reckoning, unfortunately, doing that same thing of being hyper-aggressive and focusing on one side hasn't quite worked in their favor. There we go. Cortez will come and get the trade for the kill on the Cactus. Defenders will win. They're not quite out of it just yet, folks. Fangs has taken a couple of rounds in succession. Much more than they can say for their first half, but they still have 7 rounds to go for OT. Reckoning, in the meanwhile, definitely got 2 ahead of themselves if they thought that that was going to be enough constantly to put Fangs down. After all, as we've talked about in the semifinals so much, you cannot keep doing the same thing and be predictable and expect to win every single round.
Yep, and because of that, Reckoning will be forced to go in with Sheriffs. Except Pixels, though, who will have a Vandal in hand. So they want to continue this aggression once again in towards the A side. Smoke's been placed, so this is the dash. Now, what will be the response from Team Fangs? Will they get the shot, or will we see Deadly get away with certain situations like that? I really don't think so. IWNL strong once again, and here comes Deadly to take out one more, but it's not too good. Not looking too good for Reckoning's side. But you still have the surprise pick, Pixels, and here comes that Vandal shot. Important buy. Cortez will go down, and Dominic needs to hold his ground, and if he does not get that kill, it's going to be even more problematic. Oh no, here comes the pain, here comes the trouble. Hunter's Fury, will it connect? No, it does not. But also they need to worry about the flank, because Cactus, he's slowly making his way. And if Dominic loses this, in which he does not, this will be even much more stronger for Team Fangs. Rio has no idea where Cactus is, and he'll get that shot in the end. Team Ace for Fangs. 12-6. They have a long way to go. And I have to say, for Team Reckoning, the only thing that was good in that round was the value that they got. Only 2 players remained on the side of Team Fangs, which means that they will get some good value out of it. Have some Vandals, but unfortunately for Pixels, since he already did buy a Vandal, he'll be forced to have just light armor instead. 12-6, match point is still in for Reckoning. Fangs are slowly clawing themselves back up.
Cover going out.
That's the thing about the way these last few rounds have gone, right? I feel like Reckoning has been playing mostly for picks, and they haven't really been that same coordinated, you know, absolute powerhouse of a Team Reckoning that we were watching a few rounds ago. Hunter's Fury coming in for location revealed, and that's one down. Coley will get that across the map. Oh, strong. That's Hirsch on the board as well, the KO down, and that's a lot of utility that has just been denied right there. Rio and Deadly trying to contest A, but there's really not much to be done right now. They've just they've dropped the ball a little bit. I feel, actually they've really been playing for kills and singular picks, and while that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, given that you were at least 12-3 up, right? You should have probably closed it out. Oh, what a shot from Cactus right there. Good stuff from Fangs, though. They are now doing that same thing that Reckoning did. As soon as they're getting those bodies, those early kills, they're just falling back. They know they don't need to do anything aggressive. All they have to do is hold back and let Reckoning come to them. And Reckoning, being on the disadvantage, is making these bad decisions every now and again, pushing solo, giving away 1v1s, and overall just giving away room and time to Fangs, who are more than happy to just take advantage of this. B main, there's one attacker in there right now, and that push from Pixels might just be seen. No, I think Reckoning's actually wasting time right now. They just might be, just to give themselves a little moment here to talk about what's been going wrong. It's a 12-7 now. The last 4 rounds have gone the way of, excuse me, the last 5 rounds now, I feel, have gone the way of of Fangs. they've been winning. They have been winning a lot here on the defense, and they are finally looking like they've woken up. Reckoning, on the other hand, they have been shaky at best. Looking at their stats on Ascent overall, they don't necessarily like attacking as much. Well, they actually no. Looking at them on Ascent here, they love attacking on Ascent. It's a 57-48 split, 57, yeah, give or take, split between their attack and defense. So they have a higher win percentage on attack, but they're losing this badly to Fangs. That has got to say something about Fangs right now as the push is in towards the A site, but that is just Jet. Deadly in here, takes the turret out. Site A is entirely clear, except with the exception of IWNL on the rafters. The plan could happen, but no, Deadly is just baiting with this. The cover is here. The plant will finally go down. It's in, and now it's a post-plant situation. All-seeing eye by the Rena will be shut down nice and quickly. Another one goes out, but Deadly is more than willing to just hang on and not peek out just yet. Shots will be fired any second now. Badler will find one. That's Dominic down. Badler with two. And will IWL go down? No. Turns around and shuts him down. That's Deadly off the board. Attacker Killjoy on the lockdown as Cortez finds one more. Badler off the board. Attacker Killjoy will be disabled in the meanwhile. But Pixels from the back. Be careful of the garden door. And that will be another kill. A much needed one. And Pixels with three. That was a desperate situation for Reckoning right there, losing two bodies out of the blue. If Pixel had not gone up the flank to rafters, then that round might as well have been lost as well. Reckoning barely scraping by in the last round, taking it on the 20th. Folks, let us not make any mistake of this. Reckoning could have very easily lost that round, and it could have snowballed into an OT situation. Fangs was actually clawing their way back, and Reckoning, well, they did get their Ascent revenge. Sure, it's a 13-8, but it could have easily been a 13-2. It could have been a 13-3, 13-4, 13-5, 13-6, 13-7. It could have been any number of those. And Reckoning at so many points had the entire opening to completely close out the match, and yet they didn't. They took their time. They played for picks, and they were getting taken out constantly. They got ahead of themselves. They will need to be careful about that if they want to continue winning rounds here and now. But with that being said, let's have a look at the MVP for map number 1, folks. It is going to be, as expected, Deadly with that ace, and round number 2 with the Marshall, no less. Good stuff overall from Deadly, you know. Not their best performance, I feel, but, excuse me out there, but overall, they played very well, especially on the defense for Reckoning. Deadly was doing some good work that was absolutely required by the side of Reckoning Esports. And who knows, they might continue this trend and have themselves a nice little statistic to add to their resume as a pro player by the end of the series.
Yep. I mean, Deadly, what can I say? Those Marshall shots was insane in the first half, but then you start to realize what exactly happened on second half, and I'm like, what happened? What happened to the first half? They were looking so good, and then suddenly Fangs decides to come back. IWNL and Cactus, both of them trying their level best to hold their ground as best as possible, succeeding most of their rounds, putting them on 13-8. This might be a bit concerning though for Reckoning, especially knowing that this is a best of 5, and the second map that we'll be seeing is going to be on Haven. So keep that in mind that this is Reckoning Esports' pick, and Ascent was Fangs' pick. Okay, that was an interesting factor to look at here, Jack. This was Fangs' pick on Ascent, and they've lost it. Second, this is Reckoning Esports' pick. The map is Haven, and technically we all know how Reckoning Esports will play on map Haven. Expect bad luck with the Odin, just like a humble merchant, he'll just drop all of his Odins from down the garage side and start spamming like there's no tomorrow. But it's all just fun and games. Sometimes when you have so many creds in your hand and decide, you know what, I don't think one Odin is enough, we'll just have more than 3 to 4 Odins and just keep it at one place. Man, that matchup against Punish, though, my goodness, what a match. And now we are seeing this. Like, the main question here, Jack, is that do we see the same exact repeat up against Fangs? Do you see the same thing that happened to Punish can happen to Fangs once again on Map Haven?
Bit of a hard call to make that one. Because overall, Punished yesterday were, I won't say that they were down, but they weren't exactly performing well at the same time. Just a bad day, I feel like, for them overall, and unlucky in that situation. If it wasn't, then well, they've got a lot to work on. But I'm again looking at reckoning statistics, maps wise, and whatnot. Haven is actually their most played map. They have played Haven 86 times out of the 256 maps played. At least that I can see here. They've probably played more individually, but competitively, that's all listed here. 86 out of 256. That's a good
My
percentage
God.
played. And their attacker defender split is actually pretty even. They win 52% of their attacking rounds, 53% of their defending rounds. So overall, good stuff. They like this map clearly. Haven being their pick is going to be one hell of a game for them. And Fangs will need to be absolutely careful about how they go about this. In fact, they haven't actually played Haven all that much, Fangs. So we aren't necessarily sure how Fangs will play here and now. But however it is, they will need to play well. And I hope they do for their sake. If it's a 2-0 going into the third map, then folks, split. Well, someone's getting split, all right, and it's not going to be a good one either. We'll get to that when we get to that. Puns and whatnot are not meant to be said at the expense of the player, so no harm, no foul, as it were. But Reckoning, right now, they are going to be looking to just completely shut down any and all potential comebacks from Fangs. Fangs on map one, for the longest time, they looked so much out of it. They woke up, but it was too little too late. They managed to save themselves how should I say this? The complete shutdown of a 13-2. They managed to push it to 13-8, but it was still a loss for them. So they'll be reeling from that one, and they'll be feeling it. And right now, Reckoning, on the other hand, they will be feeling themselves as this second map will be very much their playing field. Home turf advantage for them. Fangs, their response will be very, very interesting to watch out for. Whether or not they're able to actually, pull it back for themselves, that is what we'll see.
Yep. Reckoning Esports, they have to be worried about that. Second half, 8 wins for Fangs, while it could have been done on 12-3. That is very concerning, especially if you are a Reckoning Esports fan. And second map, yes, the odds are in favor for Reckoning Esports, but I can say Fangs can come back, but it all comes down to that agent's pick. Now, if you look at the agent's pick on the first map, Jack, on map Ascent, you saw KO being brought up. And that KO suppression knife helped so many times for Deadly. I mean, not just for Deadly, for the entire team. He successfully managed to suppress KJ, Cortez. And he did that not once, not twice. Most of the round in the first half, he kept suppressing KJ. And because of that, the turrets get disabled just by that one suppression knife. And they are just free to push in whenever they want in towards the mid site and do major damage in the first half, but not that much on the second half. Oh boy. But there is still hope for Fangs, though. I could say that there is still Fangs. There is still hope for Fangs. But talking about the next future matches that we are going to see, which will be streamed exclusively live on Loco. So if you are here right now watching the stream on YouTube, head on into the Loco stream CriticalX Valorant Milestone event series, and make sure to make sure to check out map number 2 too. So yeah, Jack, talk about Map Haven. We've already said how concerning it is for Reckoning, knowing that in second half it didn't quite work out well. But in map number 2, Reckoning being on attack, I have to ask, what kind of agents will they pick on map number 2? Will they pick up like a counter agent, or will they just go with the same ops that they've picked in the previous match?
Honestly, when it comes to the agent differential between Haven and Ascent, a lot of those agents, of course, are going to be picked again. You're going to see the Jet, you're going to see the Sova, you're going to see the KO. KO at this point has become a mainstay, I feel like. And you're probably going to see Omen, but not necessarily from both sides on Haven. I feel like there's enough room to work with that you don't need Haven both sides. I feel like we'll see a Chamber for sure. Plenty of corners for a Chamber to put down the anchors, to put down the alarms, and so on and so forth. And well, Headhunter and the Charged Rifle. They are quite strong indeed. Been hearing some rumors about apparent Chamber nurse. Maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll see if those rumors are confirmed, folks. But Chamber's presence on competitive has definitely left a mark for well, for everyone, so to speak. So it's going to be interesting to see if Chamber continues to be dominant. I feel like Chamber, Sova, Jet are pretty much confirmed. One KO at least, one Omen at least. And it's kind of hard to call the other ops. Sometimes you see KJ, sometimes you see a Breach, sometimes you see a Brimstone. You never really see those ops anywhere else. But here on Haven, they actually become kind of viable. And we've seen some teams pick them. Right. I don't think we've seen Reckoning pick them per se, but we've seen other teams bring them out here, and Reckoning might actually decide to do that. But yeah, overall, not bad in terms of agent overlap between Haven and Ascent. So both teams will be very familiar with what they're getting into, with some minor differences from the last time to now. Whether or not they're able to continue on that trend, well, we'll have to see, folks, as we're just waiting on the lobby to get ready, and we will be through and in. And yeah, we'll be going into the match shortly. Not just yet, of course. Once we get the confirmation, we'll get the match going and let all of you know at the same time. Until then, Baba, we've had all this preamble. We've had all the, statistics looked at and all the information explained and so on and so forth. What do you think? Can Fangs bring it back? Yes or no? That's all I want.
I mean, as it's difficult to answer that, Jack. It's just I do need some time to think about it. I mean, Fangs starting off in the milestone event, they've had a lot of issues, forfeits, losses, but somehow they made their way into the winners bracket. They decided to win. Next thing you know, they're in grand finals up against Reckoning Esports. And I have to say, what an impressive performance from Fangs' side to get their way to get the spot on the grand finals. And they're going up against Reckoning Esports once again, which they already did met 13-1. That was, in fact, a revenge that was did so well in a dish from Reckoning Esports' side. They did succeed on winning Ascent. But will Fangs come back on map Haven? I mean, since it's a yes or no answer, Jack, I think I'll go with yes, because one, I've already
Okay.
I already made my. Here's the thing. I've already made a prediction saying that Fangs might be able to win, and I'm still locked on it. And even if I do change that prediction, I really don't think that would I mean, that would sort of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? So, I'll since I've already
Select your
said
agent.
Fangs, I'll just go with it and talk about the agents pick here being brought up from Fangs and Reckoning Esports. We're going to see Dominic bring in Brimstone, and Pixels is going for Neon. Nope. All right, just a quick pick, but it's not going to be Neon. It will be the controller Omen, and just like you said, Jack, we'll be seeing Chamber being brought up on map Haven. And
Yep.
before Chamber was released, you'd always get to see Cypher being brought up on map Haven. He was very strong from his information camps, from his
He
cyber
was, yeah.
cages, and also his ultimate that can give information on exact locations. It's just a single ping and some certain location. And I just like the voice line that Cypher gives. Where is everyone hiding? It's just that's such a good voice line. And sometimes when there is a Cypher on the opposition team, I really get scared when that happened. But Unfortunately, we won't be able to see him being brought up on map Haven and also on the grand finals. As we take a look at the agent select screen once again, it's Dominic on Brimstone, IWNL, KO, Kohli, Sova, Cactus Jet, Cortez with the Chamber, and on the side of Reckoning Esports, we have Deadly with the Jet, Bad Love Chamber, Rio with the Sova, Pixels with Omen, and last but not the least, Harsh with the KO. And with it, folks, let us proceed to map number 2, Ascent, on the grand finals. And for now, we still need to wait for certain moments. I believe there is some technical issues that needs to be dealt with, and I believe that will be on Reckoning's side. So yeah, it's a tech pause once again, but this will be sorted out shortly. Shouldn't have any problems from Reckoning's side. Just a minute or two should do the trick. We'll proceed with the pistol round. So Jack, when it comes to your predictions, it was right. We have Chamber, we have the Jet, and also we have the Sova. So yeah, the only change here is that we see Dominic bring in Brimstone. So
exactly, I was about to say, yeah, that Brimstone I am very interested in, I want to see how Fangs puts Brimstone to use right now. But of course, the first round, the pistol round, we are going to just be seeing how either side really performs against each other. And it's, again, one of those situations where they will try to find out what's what. But wait a minute. Big push into the A side. Deadly is going to get one. Meanwhile, there were like 2 players on C long going to mid right now, because they decided to be ultra aggressive on that C long area. There is one on mid. Kohli's up on the tower right now. Shock dart goes out. That's Dominic will find Bad Love in the meanwhile. Big drop right there. Second shock dart will not find anyone. IWN off the board. Pixels will take that, as we have an early exchange of bodies going on. Fangs once again on the back foot, starting things off. Shot fired by Hirsch. Suppression knife out as well, along with the grenade. 2 hostiles detected. It is all in here right now for the side of Reckoning. They're in the site. They're going to refuse to give it up, but Dominic's going to find one. Kohli finds the other. This is huge, but time is running out. Cactus on the defuse. Deadly finds one, gets taken down, as we have Rio coming in, and no one to defuse. It got so close right there. So close between both teams. But Reckoning will still take it by virtue of time and the bomb going off, the spike going off. That is, Fangs will lose the first round. They tried hard on the retake, almost had it too. But Reckoning, they were in there, they refused to get out, and they took Fangs by the scruff of the neck and told them, nope, we are not going to give up this round. A little bit of a pause once again happening here from the side of Fangs, I believe that is. We do apologize, maybe some I don't really know, some net issues, maybe some packet loss going on from Fangs' side. Really unfortunate for them, but they will have to try and play around that fact, give it a little second, refresh your internet as it were, and bring things back into a little bit more proper flow. I mean, come on, given what happened to me yesterday, I know the importance of a properly flowing internet connection, folks. Let's just hope I didn't jinx everything by saying that. But yeah, all right, looks like the tech pause has been lifted. There we go. Resume the match, folks. We are back in Fangs and Reckoning, round number 2.
Yep, round number 2, Spectres and Heavy for every single player for Reckoning Esports. Looking very strong on second round. But will it be the same thing for Fangs? Last time I remember, Cortez was just picked off from Deadly with a simple, beautiful shot from the Ghost. Oh boy, will it be the same thing? No. Escapes at the right time, but not at the hands of IWNL. An instant access into a B side and a post-plant situation for Reckoning. So many damages being done, a lot of bodies being dropped, and that's an entire clean out from Harsh, Pixels, and Deadly. Just like that, that was a quick round coming in from Reckoning Esports' side. 2-0. Back again, we see Reckoning Esports gaining the lead. Not only winning their pistol rounds, but also winning the second round as well. Can they win the bonus round? Will we see Fangs maybe try to succeed? Because they have the Phantoms and Vandals in their hands. So Reckoning Esports, they will be playing on their bonus. Spectres. So if Deadly somehow figures out a way to take out 1 or 2 players and gets the upgrade, we might see Reckoning Esports get their win once again.
That we might. But right now, Garage push out and Battle sees that. Okay. Bit of a panic spray right there. Hirsch finds one only to get taken down by Coley in the meanwhile on A entry. Coley still watching. Vandal in the hand. Can find one. Yes, they do. Can they find another? Not quite. Low HP and gets caught in the reload. Rio comes in. Finishes them off. Big pushing from Pixels onto C. That's going to be IWNL off the board. Now a 3v2 situation. Cortez coming around the back from spawn towards the A side where the plant is happening. Dominic ready with the smokes right there. Brim just waiting for a call as the Aldrin will go out.
Scanning ahead.
Give away the information as you have the scan, excuse me, from the recon dart coming in from Rio as well. Shots are about to be fired as the Brim pushes in. Very aggressive, and they get two, but Rio will get two in return. You're not getting in here. Not at all. This is our site. This is our map. Reckoning once again, sending a message to Fangs and waiting for a response eagerly. Fangs, in the meanwhile, looking a little shaky once again. Looking a little bit all over the place. But only the first 3 rounds have happened, folks. Let's not discount the fact that they can always make a comeback.
Yep. A comeback can happen, though,
here.
for Fangs.
Right here.
And we did get to see that little bit of that demonstration being made on Map
Scanning
Ascent
ahead.
the second half, where Fangs almost had it in the bag, but it was too late for them to succeed. And Deadly is just making sure that none of that succeed once again by taking a Cortez first. An early peek where Deadly is just on point in getting those early picks. Now they have the information. Cactus, can he succeed? No, he does not. Bad Love sees that. And that will give even much more of an advantageous spot for Reckoning's side. Dominic, as the Sheriff, doesn't have the info. Deadly wants to push aggressive. Actually gets a kill through the wall to get it to take out IWNL. My goodness, Dominic with the Sheriff. But it's just Pixels taking out another player here on the side of Team Fangs. No quarter given. 4-0, Reckoning Esports looking strong in the first half once again. And I have to say, Deadly, did he just shot through the smoke of Omen and get a kill to take out IWNL? That was... I wish I could have seen it in IWNL's perspective, but oh boy, he was so close. Dominic was playing in the smoke. He did get the kill though, but the trade out did happen in the end from Reckoning's side. 4-0. They're back with the buy rounds, and Cactus, having the op in hand, might be able to change the round here.
Well, maybe not. Deadly's already in here. Hunter's Fury is out as well. Just to try and find someone off of this. And position is given away of one. No kill, though. Deadly wants to go for the plant. Or no, they're actually baiting to see if anyone pushes in. Deadly will find one as a result of that as well. That's your Brimstone gone. Deadly's going for the plant again. This time the spike will be on the ground. There we go. Post-plant situation. And now all Reckoning has to do is hold. Grenade goes out. Excuse me, they're from Hirsch. As Deadly's now going to hold the garage entry. Omen smoke is there to make sure that no one gets an aggressive push through.
Bad Love.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So many things are happening right now. And Coley will get that beautiful shot on Deadly on the entry. Another Hunter's Fury here as Bad Love comes in from the back. 3. Oh dear me. A triple from all the way through spawn. It's Bad Love with the swing around, literally clotheslining the side of Fangs. They were already dazed from the fact that they had to do another site retake for the 5th round in a row. And Bad Love from the back. You know, Baba actually noticed him from the Agent Shadows. I didn't even. So my reaction in that situation was entirely genuine, folks. I did not think Bad Love was actually back there. But what do you know? He was. And not only was that chamber so influential in that round, they have been throughout this entire engagement so far. Cortez's position given away thanks to the Owl drone. As a big push in comes in, they've seen the jet and shots are about to be fired, but Deadly's giving chase. The trap comes in, grenades do too, and the spike should be planted any second now. It will be in just a sec. There we go. Spikes on the floor. Rio and Pixels with 2 of their own. Rio with another. And now it's a 3v2. 5v2, excuse me. Make that a 5v1. As Cortez is the last one standing. No longer. Managed to get a kill onto the enemy chamber, but that is really it. 6-0. Reckoning Esports once again coming off very, very strong here on their map.
6-0. Not a single round in the hands of Fangs. My god. Oh boy. What is going to happen next? On round 7. Cortez will be the one to bring in the AWP, but the problem is there is 2 players, Kohli and Cortez, having light armors, so it's going to be difficult to contest in the gunfight, but it's best to have a lot of weapons on their hands. And look at that null command from the KO, and the confirmation from Pixels to take out Cortez, using from the shadows using from the shadows to spawn in from a tower. They have got Spike, they've got side control early in the round. And Fangs have no idea on how to counter it. This is very concerning for Fangs' side, as they're desperately trying to figure out a way to get these peaks, but it's not happening. Because Deadly, he's getting his early peaks, he's getting his early executes. And not only just that, he's been winning all of those post-ban situations. Kohli beautifully down to take out both Deadly and Pixels, but it's too late. The damage has been done. And you still have Brimstone's ult. So Dominic, if you want to use that ult, you could do it right now. Time is ticking, and I believe he will try to use the ult in the next round, and Kohli will be forced to fall back, unfortunately. That is not looking too good. Not looking too good at all from Fangs' side. 7-0. 7 back-to-back attack wins from Reckoning Esports. And they've been very dominant on Map Haven. It's just very simple. Like you see Deadly flash, the smoke, the execute, you have KO with the fragment, and next thing you know, you have the smokes being placed from Pixels, Bad Love watching flanks, you also have Pixels with the support of watching flanks for Bad Love. Everything is perfectly coordinated for Reckonings, and Fangs, they are trying their level best to find a weakness. And it is not working out for the past 7 rounds. And this is making me worry a lot on Fangs' side, because if they lose this, then let's just say that this will be map point for them. Oh, Kohli! That was a nasty shot to take out Harsh right from the garage side. But is this enough, though, for Fangs to succeed this round?
Spike dropped. Spikes.
The one of the defining features, of a Reckoning round for the last few now have been the fact that Reckoning has always taken that first pick, first blood, right?
Yep.
They've been denied that this time. In fact, they've lost the KO. So, no more suppression against the enemy team. They will have to deal with the full brunt of everyone's utility. But it looks like there's a cheeky rotate going around, but that rotate will now be discovered thanks to the KO with another suppression knife. Recon ball will go out to give away positions of anyone inside the site. No one is in there. One is rushing up tower right now. Omen smokes her out, and the spike plant will go off as well. IWNL throws in the grenade, but it's too late to stop Pixels from going for the plant. Teleports in, goes up, and beautifully done. That's going to be Cactus down. One more off the board. Equalizes the body count at the best possible time for them. Locations revealed by the recon bolt, but it does not matter. Deadly gets one, gets taken down. Here's the Brim ult, but it will not find anyone. Oh dear me, IWNR on the floor. Kohli comes in, finds Pixels in the meanwhile. Bad Love, oh dear, taken down. It's all up to Rio. And we have a Rio versus Dominic situation. More than half position given away. Dominic can probably stick this. Rio, it's now or never. And just at the last second, they will go in and clutch it out. Oh dear me! Oh, my heart can't take this. My heart will not be able to take this if it keeps going on like this, folks. My goodness, that could have been it. That could have been it. The Molotov from Brim nearly had it. But at that one moment, all they needed to do was get off the plant and shoot that player, Rio, in the face. But they didn't quite anticipate the push-up. They thought the Molotov would hold for just a second longer. It didn't. And Fangs are still yet to put a round on board. They've brought it so close for so many rounds. But Reckoning is still going in strong. They are still playing this like champs. And right now, we are seeing... Well, for one, I'm seeing my mic volume went all the way down to 40. I don't know what happened there. My Windows is bugging out, folks. Apologies for that. Yeah, but on the other side... we have 8-0 for Reckoning. So many rounds have come close. So many rounds have come so far close. But none of them have gone the way of Fangs. They have never been able to cross the finish line. They've done their due diligence. They've used their utilities. They've brought in the kills. But one thing or the other goes wrong. Either their time management isn't quite up to par, or they lose too many bodies too quickly to really bring it back, or they can't get the defuse off even if the utilities are there. And folks, that has been just one big defining feature for the side of Reckoning here. That no matter what, no matter come hail or storm, they have been fighting hard to keep their positions in check here and now. As we have now the 9th round. Bad Love. Charged rifle is in, so they don't need any main primary gun just yet. Pistol is in, but the Hunter's Fury from the defending team will not find anyone. The Brim Smoke, however, is covering C long for now.
Oh man, 8-0. What is happening? Fangs, you've got to do something. You guys have to come back on a map like Haven. And Deadly is just so precise with his early peak, although it wasn't the same on the previous round. They had the advantage. And then suddenly it was just snatched away from the Sova. And look at that, once again, early peak. Deadly to take out Kohli in towards the seat side. There isn't any cover in towards the garage, and that has been a lot of pain. And a second kill once again. Deadly looking so strong. They've got the side control in 30 seconds.
30 seconds left.
Post-plant situation will come in once again for the 9th time. And Fangs have no idea on how to counter this aggressive push. Cactus will take out one player, but they still have 4 more to go. A difficult situation, and look at that, Pixels from behind to take out Cortez, an immediate recovery. But that recovery is a bit too late. Cactus is the only one standing. He gets one. Can he get the second? Yes, there is still a chance. Can he take out Rio, the man who made a major upset in the previous round? Can he does it the second time? A lot of tensions, a lot of problems. Cactus, he's feeling it. He's feeling the problems. 28 HP and he's gone once again. Oh boy, Rio. Oh. This is the second time I'm seeing Rio making an upset where Fangs had the chance and then suddenly it's Rio all the way. Rio just made an unbelievable 2 clutches. That will put Reckoning Esports 9-0 on a best of 5 grand finals matchup. This is huge. Coming in from Reckoning Esports, it shows how dominant they are. And Fangs, who are just trying to change their strategies, trying their best efforts, but it's not working out. Look at that! Once again, the early peak from Pixels to take out one. The information beautifully done from Sova's Econ, and Bad Love doing bad things with the Odin once again to take out Cortez.
Well done. You gotta watch out for the LMG, folks. You gotta always watch out for that LMG. That thing will shoot you to Kingdom coming back. But in the meanwhile, we have IWNL taking that kill onto Bad Love. Can they get one more? No. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. Pixels was about to play him like a fiddle right there. As IWNL goes down to Deadly finally. But there is now the Brim coming in. Shots fired. Deadly's gonna get that spike on the floor. It's a 1v3. All down now to Kohli. Coming up through the mid area towards A from the sewers. But can they get this? Oh dear.
Looks like
For a second there, Kohli might have even had a lineup between the Jet and the KO, but none of that unfortunately worked. And now, well, as the score will dictate, 10-0, we're having quite the map, aren't we, folks?
Yep. I mean, Reckoning Esports, they made sure that Haven is their hometown. Boy, 10-0. Fangs My goodness. They have worked so hard. I mean, they have worked so hard to get into the grand finals.
Here.
And Reckoning Esports just making sure that they will give them a difficult task for them to compete. And once again, early peek from Pixels. They have the second information, but Cortez will easily use the teleport to fall back. And guess what? Seaside, no one's there. Spike been planted once again. 0 to 10, early peak, still in favor for Reckoning. And Fangs still at it with a difficult task to complete once again. Deadly, second, doesn't get the third. That's going to be Cactus with the AWP to take out Deadly. 10 to 0. We still have the dash, and Cactus needs to make his shots count. But Reckoning is playing this passively, and look at Bad Luck once again. The entire garage control to take out Cortez, but there's still a chance. Can it happen? No, it does not. Cornered, stuck, and taken out. 11 to 0.
Before the switch.
Boy, oh boy, have I not witnessed a 11 to 0 grand finals. Map Haven.
Map number 2 at that too.
Yeah, map number
it's
2.
not the first map
number
either. Yeah, it's map 2.
It's map 2. And if they win this will be map point for Reckoning Esports. This will be map point.
Yep.
Take flight.
Here we go. Our drone's out. Last drone before the half, and we are looking at a situation where Fangs might even be taken down. Pixels goes in, gets one. Deadly goes down in the meanwhile. Cortez out towards mid. That's a big one. That is a big one indeed. Bad Love off the board. And that is not something that Reckoning was counting on. I feel like they are under pressure now. And Rio, where are you going?
Last player standing.
Not accounting for the fact that the defenders will push out this aggressively. Reckoning are in a bit of a pinch. Just a little bit. Spike has been planted in the meanwhile. We have a teleport coming in. Ooh, that's huge. That's one. Second teleport's in. Pixels is out here, moving left and right. Position will be given away right now. They know that he's in B, and that's it. Coley came in from the back, and they will avoid a 12-0 as Fangs will finally put a round on board. Better late than never. 11 to 1 on that second half. That is how the second half starts. Reckoning Esports are 2 runs away from series point right now, and Fangs on the meanwhile are 10 rounds away from equalizing. Sheesh, this has been a map 2 for the ages.
This is a tough task for Fangs.
All set up.
1 to 11, and with the role swap, we will see them on attack. If I just take a look at the scoreboard once again, you have 14 kills from Coley, 16 kills from Deadly, who has been on point with his first bloods. Oh boy. Look at that aggressive peak once again on A long. Reckoning Esports, although they are playing this defensively, and Bad Love sees one info. He'll be forced to fall back, but you still have the teleport anchor, so he'll just hold his angle here itself in just 48 HP. Now, currently, we will see Fangs taking their sweet time, hoping to find a pick or two so that they'll have the early man count advantage. And Cortez, he has 5 bullets. Oh, a shot from Pixels. He'll be forced to fall back as of now, but they have to make the execute nonetheless. And I believe they're slowly making their way towards the A side. Deadly thinking of an opportunity to open up for Reckoning once again. The suppression knife denied. The shots, will it connect? Still Deadly desperately trying, but he'll be forced to fall back. Or is it though? He wants to go for round 2. But nope. At that time, it's too late. There's 40 seconds. They have to push, and it's going to be on B.
The push is in, and they're all in B right now.
30
Are
seconds
the
left.
defenders aware? They will be in a second now. Cactus will be aware of the fact that there's a push in. The suppression knife comes out, and Deadly will find one. Big one indeed. IWN off the board, but the spike is on the floor, so it's a post plant. Pixels and Deadly with 2 back-to-back. Cactus comes in, finds Pixels. Can they get 2? No, they can't. Rio and Hirsch will clean up. And that is going to be now map point for Reckoning. They will take the 13th round, put themselves up 12-1, and Fangs are now in a worse position
Match point.
than they were in the previous map. Map 1, they were at least 12-2 before they started making a comeback. Now they're at 12-1. They've only taken one round. And this being Reckoning's map, you can be very sure that there will not be as much of a pullback, as much of a pushback, excuse me, from the opposing team. At least Reckoning will absolutely try to stop them from having as much of a potential comeback situation. But now, big push out on towards C-Long. Deadly still gonna find one, and oh my goodness, Bad Love, where were you going? Finds Coley. Cortez will shut them down, and now Deadly's in here. Finds one, Ida Lionel down, but the big push in comes in from Cortez, only to get taken out by Hirsch, who's now gonna be falling behind from Pixels. Yep, there we go. Hirsch will shut them down. Pixels went down in the meanwhile to the Brim, and the Brim went down to the KO. And Reckoning Esports, folks, they will not spare any quarter, not this time around. It's their map. It's their home turf. Haven goes to them. And that is a 13-1. 13-8 to 13-1. That is a difference between the two maps. Now, Reckoning have two maps. They are on Series Point. They are on the first match point, so to speak. If they go to map point here on map number 3, then they will be on Series Point. And Fangs will literally be busting their backs to try and bring it around, because there's no other way for them to do so. It's now or never. It literally is now or never, because Reckoning, well, they've put Fangs on the highway to hell, and whether or not Fangs is able to answer back, well, we'll have to find out.
I mean, you know what? I think, is there a way where I can change my prediction, Jack?
Yeah.
I mean,
Come on,
I know I kept
for
saying,
two maps.
yeah, I know I was locked in for 2 maps, all right, but I didn't expect a 13-2. What was it? No, it was 13-1. 13-1 on map number 2. Reckoning Esports. What a dominating performance from them. And Fangs, yikes! I have no words to say here. I have no words. And I believe map number 3 will be split. This is Fangs' pick. And yeah, let's take a look at the MVP screen here. See who is the most wanted player. Well, no surprise, it's Deadly once again. 7 first bloods. Can you imagine, Jack? 7 first bloods. Just smoke, dash, info from Soba's recon, clarification on the info, first bloods. And he gets 20 kills on map Ascent. Oh boy. That is a dominating performance from Deadly. And also a huge factor when it comes to support from Sova's recon and Rio, who's just made an excellent job in giving that support to the Jet. And Fangs, I mean, what can I say, man? I mean, I'm just trying to see on what particular place where I can say, yeah, there was one. Dominic was playing as Brimstone. The Molotov. Rio was just 10 HP. Can you imagine, Jack? 10 HP. Molotov was in. Dominic could have just committed to the spike, to defuse the spike. But he was way too much worried because they lost a lot of rounds. And next thing you know, when the Molotov dissipated, Rio just arrived at the exact time when the defuse was when the defuse was just 0.2 seconds. 0.02 seconds, I believe. That was how close Rio just got that clutch. Not just one, he got 2 clutches. Taking out Cactus while he almost made a 1v4. Then you saw Dominic with the Molotov, just like I said. Wow, Fangs just made so good. I just don't know what to say. They just made such great efforts, and yet Deadly always giving one step ahead for Reckoning Esports, especially with their early man count advantage, execution on the site. Every single round was post-planned for Fangs, and unfortunately, they couldn't get to succeed.
Yeah, just really unfortunate for Fangs right about now. I kind of feel bad for them, I'll be honest with you. They've been trying hard. They've been trying real hard, but it's Reckoning, man, you know. And this, like, right now, the score all but confirms that 13-1 that Fangs had a couple days ago. It's casted doubt on that overall, because we're Reckoning even taking that match seriously? You have to ask that question now, watching this game, right? You have to ask, like, how
Yep.
easy did Fangs have it that day? Because clearly we had the same map as well on the first match on the first map.
Yep.
We had Ascent, the match that the same map that Reckoning got 113 on. It was a 13-8 to Reckoning. It was 12-2 for the longest time. And then it was 13-8. Fangs actually got a few rounds back. And then you go to the next one, it's a 13-1. Reckoning's map. So really, you got to ask, how easy did Fangs have it that day? But anyway, folks, let us go into map number 3. No breaks, not here at the CriticalX Valorant Milestone Series powered by Loco, as we are going to be going into Split, the third map, with Reckoning Esports defending to start us off. And let's just say, Fangs, given that Reckoning are currently on match point against you 2-0, let's just say, and we've said it before, that to get this victory, you're gonna have to split like a banana, or otherwise, you're really gonna get folded. Not even like an omelet. You're gonna get folded like a clam. You know, that's arguably worse than getting folded like a banana. I made that up, by the way. There is no folding like a clam, but it makes sense in my head. That's why I said it.
Fold it with a paper and try to make an airplane out of it. You know, just arts and crafts. Just fold the paper. Just try to use your imagination as you try to push through the edge of infinity, I guess. But anywho, as we proceed to map number 3.
I wasn't aware I was casting with Buzz Lightyear.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, clearly. Agent selection has happened in the midst of our tomfoolery, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, nothing too particularly different from either side. Split, of course, we get to see Raze quite a bit on Split. And we have a KJ, I believe, from the defending side, Reckoning. They do like to bring in the KJ every now and again, understandably so, while Fangs will opt for a KO. And everything else, of course, the Sova, the Jet, usually expected stuff. So, yeah. Agent Select has been taken care of, and we've mostly said what needs to be said about this match. As we see the Omen, actually no Jet from the side of Fangs. Now that I look at it, IWNL is actually going to go for the Sage, interestingly enough. And although I will say IWNL plays Sage quite well, so, you know, having that Sage on hand is definitely a good idea. So, Sage from Hirsch, Raze from Bad Love, Omen from Pixels, Killjoy from Rio, Jet from Deadly from Reckoning Esports, and from the side of Fangs, we've got Chamber from Cortez, Sage from IWNL, Omen from Dominic, KO from Coley, and Raze from Cactus. Agents have been selected, and the buy phase has started. So, folks, let us go straight in to the match as we will start things off with, once again, a little technical pause. I think it's to be expected at this point that there's going to be a tech pause right at the beginning of the map. We've had that in the last two. We're going to have one this round as well. Looks like it's Rio who's taking their sweet time getting back on their feet. Pix is already in position and, you know, as it were. A little tech pause every now and again allows you to communicate with your teammates. Make sure that you've got everything in order for the big play, the big map that might just finish everything off here and now. This map literally decides everything about this match.
Yep.
Reckoning can walk away with a win if they finish it off here and now. But Fangs, on the other hand, they will be looking to bring it back. This is their map pick on Split. They have to bring this back for themselves. Let's see whether or not they're able to.
I mean, this is it. Map point for Reckoning, and Deadly wants to start it off with a bang. Oh! Okay, alright. Okay, that's one way to start it off. Cactus goes bye-bye.
Oh boy.
And it's just
Cactus
two
is gonna be
players
feeling
left.
that one in the morning.
Oh my, man, he is not looking too good, not looking too good at all. Not only with the suppression knife, he even timed the sheriff headshot and the dash both at the same time. And Deadly, I have to say, he has been having a time of his life in this matchup here, folks. Already an early peak. Cactus is already gone, and he gets another one by taking out Kohli. Don't tell me that this is another ace coming in from Deadly's side, but no, bad luck. Can he get a shot? Yes, he does. Ace will be denied, but it's going to be bad luck to take out IWL once again. They've lost a lot of bodies. Again, B execute.
One enemy
There
remaining.
is still Omen, still holding his side in towards the B, and it's going to be harsh to take out Dominic. And it's Cortez. My dear friend Cortez. 1v5. Very difficult in a situation, knowing that it is map point for Reckoning.
30
Cortez will get one, he gets two. One more bullet, he could take out Bad Love in one single body shot. And there is still a chance where Cortez can clutch it out. 20 seconds, can he succeed? Nope, doesn't have any bullets, so he'll be forced to use the classic. Okay, every single person's are pushing. It's just 12 seconds.
10
And
seconds.
he gets the shot. That's one. Oh boy, this can be a huge potential, but it's not gonna happen though. Bad luck from the heaven side. We'll tag out Cortez. And yet again, we are going to see Reckoning Esports win the pistol round for the third time. One on map Ascent, second on map Haven, and now map number 3 split with Deadly opening out with an insane sheriff shot. Fangs. This is a hard pill to swallow, Jack. This is a hard pill to swallow.
If you're a Fang supporter, then yeah, this is going to be an extremely hard pill to swallow. But right now, there's a little bit more on the table. After all, it's only round 1. But Bad Love wants to make it round 2, as that will be the enemy race taken care of. Attacker side has lost another body. Suppression knife didn't actually find the Sage. I don't think it did. And that's a little unfortunate, as we have the push coming in. There's already one player inside of the side pixels, pre-firing away to glory. Deadly wants this, but you gotta be careful. There's one in here. What a dash, but didn't work. Dominic gets 2, only for Hirsch to come in and finish off that kill. Dominic, for a second there, had the site under control. Grenade goes out from the raise right about now. Fire, they know where the positions are, and there we go. Hirsch and Bad Love, easy as you please, get the final 2 attackers, and Reckoning Esports will take it up to a 2-0.
2-0, folks. 2-0. Map point. One more map win for Reckoning Esports to seal the deal
Placing sentry.
and claim to be the victors of this milestone event. What a journey we've had from series 1 to 3. And here we are with the grand final, starting off with the third round. Can we see another shot? Nope, will be missed. But can we see Deadly make a fantastic performance? That's 1, that's 2. Can he get the third? Almost. Oh, but the heavy armor is what IWNL will survive. But look at that. So much damage being done, but it still favors to no one at this point, because they have the resurrect being made from IWNL. 3-3. And they still want to make an execute in towards the A side. Dominic. He needs to make that unpredictable plays, and Rio is also in an unpredictable spot. He takes out 1. Dominic sees it, misses the shot. He sees IWNL, gets the second. Can he get the third? No, switches the classic, and there you go.
All right.
3 kills to Rio, 2 kills to Jet, and 3-0 for Reckoning Esports back to back.
3-0. And yeah, Reckoning Esports are starting off once again relatively strong. Deadly. I mean, there's really no way to say this. This player is insane. Literally. I mean, how do you go up against a player like this? And on top of that, Rio inside the side, the captain leading from the front. absolutely shutting down people and, pushing lead into bodies left and right.
Oh, no.
Oh dear, Deadly wants this, but I think that dash was actually a misclick right there for Deadly. They wanted to hold it back and then dash back, but couldn't quite do so. Another wait. That is in fact Cortez. Yeah, right there inside of the smoke. But Battle's going to start off by finding Coley. Big drop right there.
Let's play.
Dominic is now out in that garage area. Cortez with the charged rifle. 5 bullets in this thing. 5 op shots, effectively speaking. Deadly is looking at that wall corner. They know that somebody's going to pop up from there, and that someone is Dominic for that matter. Pistol in hand. Another Omen smoke goes off. All right. It's Omen smoke after Omen smoke. But Dominic is trying to weasel his way in to the site, but they know that there's going to be an op watching this. Right by the boxes, just waiting.
Careful.
As Pixels also waits, on top of one of the other boxes. Shot fired. We have more Omen smokes, this time from Dominic. Cortez finds Deadly. That's a big drop. 4v4 now. Dominic's in here. And Hirsch will find Cactus, but Cactus in the meanwhile found Pixels. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear!
Round B.
Cactus, it's Hirsch right around now. Would have loved the 4th, but couldn't quite get it. Shots fired towards the boxes, trying to find Cortez right about now. Can they get this? Badlov gets the Vandal. Waiting. 4 bullets in this gun, mind
10
you.
seconds
Gotta be
left.
careful. Cortez could potentially, just that
Enemy
rotate.
remaining.
That's 3.
That's 1. 1 more remains, but the time is what matters. And well played right there by the defender. The KJs is walking away. Rio had no need to peek. There was no spike in hand, and there was no way for the plan to go off, especially after that triple kill from Hirsch. Inside the site, standing right at the face of all of the Omen smokes, just completely shuts it down. 4-0. Fangs on their own map, struggling.
Bot out.
Reckoning Esports taking rounds and
Placing sentry.
looking
I'll show you
like they
scary.
might walk away winning.
Deadly. What can you do in a situation like that once again? And let's not forget about Bad Love, though. He's also doing quite a lot of heavy work on his end. Early peaks. If Deadly doesn't get one, Bad Love will get it. It's just a mutual agreement that's been made from Reckoning's side. And I have to say for Fangs, Dominic,
Here.
good effort from him as well as Cortez to try to get this match back on track. But it's not working out well. Look at that mid-execute coming in once again from Fangs' side. And Harsh, he's prepped and ready. But can he succeed in getting those 3 kills? That is the biggest question. That's 1. Falls back at the right time. And also the perfect usage of the paranoia. He sees the gun. Can he take out Cactus? No, it's a bit too late. Dominic takes out Pixels. But he also sees the head. A headshot, but it's through the wall. And Dominic will get that once again. Lockdown will come in too, which will be even more difficult for them. But the spike will be planted nonetheless. They'll be forced to fall back, and Dominic will use from the shadows to fall back at the right time. This Badlove gets it. Yes, he does. They take out IWNL. A 3v3 situation. Here comes the post-plant denial. Rio is still sticking it. Badlove gets 1. Badlove gets 2. Cactus and Coley down, and it's Dominic. The lockdown was so powerful. Can he get it? No, it does not. There's protection from Rio. 5-0. Reckoning Esports. What a dominating performance against Team Fangs. And this is... let's just say they are not giving an inch. They're not letting them win a single round in this first half. That's how powerful Reckoning Esports is. And that's how powerful this region is, Jack.
I mean, I have to say, the flank from Badlove and Rio putting that defender lockdown in place, that combination was, at least in the way everything played out, it seemed absolutely inescapable. Especially given the way it was played. Deadly. Once again, living up to their name. Grenade goes out from... Ooh, didn't quite get that second shot though. Grenade came out from the raise, but that of course was not effective in taking a kill. Deadly will safely rotate back, requesting a heal, I believe. Yep, there we go. Getting healed up quite high. 97 HP, nearly 100. Might as well made that an even 100, but no. Sage is down, and Dominic from below. That is huge. IWN on the board. Meanwhile, that Sage goes down. Oh! Deadly My goodness, Cortez comes in to shut them down. Much needed, but the spike has also been dropped, I believe. And it needs to be picked up right about now. Pixels is coming up from the back. Got to be careful of that lower angle that is being watched. Holy is here. And now it's all up to Rio, the last one standing. Once again, this same angle. It has claimed how many bodies now? 4 so far, I believe. Actually, 3. But it could claim one more. Rio has to be so very careful on this. Saw one. Turret will go out. On the rope, making some noise. Can't quite. Saw that peak too. Are they gonna go in? Is it gonna be a bait? Yes, it could be. Oh, but can't quite connect the shot though. Coley comes in, finishes it off. Good stuff right there from Coley, and before him, Dominic holding that lower angle onto heaven, onto the tower, so to speak, making sure that nobody was gonna get in and get away with a cheeky play from up there. Despite a couple of really good shots from Deadly, I have to admit. But overall, good stuff from Fangs. They will finally put a round on board for themselves. Better late than never. 7 rounds are in. It's a 5-1. Reckoning Esports are still looking pretty strong. Fangs have finally gotten something for themselves in the meanwhile. That is big, but they need to emphasize off of this to get even more.
Okay, alright, apologies for that. But we see Deadly, unfortunately, not being able to win that gunfight.
What happened back there?
Just some distractions coming on my end. Again, I do have to apologize for that, folks. But as we focus on the match at hand, we see Fangs starting to put themselves back on track once again, with the early peak taking out Deadly this time. A crucial one of that too. And here comes the showstopper. Will this connect from Cactus? Nope. He'll still survive, but he'll get the kill nonetheless. Battle Up's here, and so does Harsh to get the clearance to take out Cactus. Can he get a third? No, he cannot. Cortez makes sure that the entire site will be in their hands. The A site, the plant, will come in, and so does the post plant. 2v3 situation. Reckoning looking so strong, and this time Fangs, they finally did it. They finally found a loophole. Now they just have to hang on. But will they? Yeah, oh my goodness, so close, and Rio will save his teammate by taking out Coley. This is huge. Huge once again, because it's an equalizer 2-2, and it's just 2 players left. He even has the information though from the grenade. And it's just 1v1. Rio, we've seen him made clutches. Can he make this clutch once again? The turret is in, so does the pressure from IWNL. One shot to rule them all, and it's IWNL to succeed. One more win for Fangs, and it's 5-2. Finally, we see Fangs getting back on track, and with this second round win, we might see them fling back once again.
Well, that could certainly be a thing. I'll be honest with you. Right here, right now, for Fangs, these 2 rounds are a blessing. Literally. They're almost a godsend. The fact that they have won 2 rounds here, that is absolutely important for them. They cannot afford
The worker guy comes in, screams on top of his voice.
All right. I believe we should be back. 5-2 is the scoreline. I hope everybody can hear me. I hope everything's all right about now. We have a bit of a technical pause as well. What a timing at that too. Technical pause as we had that little technical difficulty. We do apologize for that, folks.
Hello.
Right now, we're still waiting. Hello, there you are.
Yep. All right, we're back. All right,
Yep,
we're
we
back.
are indeed.
Phew.
Okay. We are back.
Okay.
That was a weird technical glitch right there. I think the production PC had a bit of a problem. Needed a quick jump start to get back on its feet. But luckily for us, there was also a technical pause called at the exact moment that happened. So, nothing is lost. None of you missed any actions, folks. Yeah, justice plan. None of you missed any actions, folks. Don't worry about that. 5-2 is still the scoreline, and we are still looking at a very strong first half for Reckoning, but not the strongest. They've lost 2 rounds in a row now. And the only other time that happened was back in map number 1, Ascent, and that was Fangs' map. This, of course, also is Fangs' map. So there's a case to be made that Fangs on their map at least can win a couple of rounds in a row, and that definitely seems to be the case. 5-2 is the scoreline. And we're going to be moving now into round number 8. Can Reckoning stop Fangs from gaining momentum? Because that's what Fangs is doing right now, gaining momentum to shut down Reckoning. Oh, Cortez, that's a good spot to be in. Gets 1, gets 2. Deadly wasn't expecting that peek. That's huge right there. And a full execute into the B side is now underway. Cactus is in here. The slow orbs are in here as well. Omen smokes. The boom bots. The spike has been picked up. Cactus is going to go for the plant. And the spike will now be on the floor. Reckoning coming off of the tech pause. Absolutely caught off guard. That's going to be one more kill to Dominic. Rio off the board. Oh dear. Nice place for the grenade. Kolo will take a little bit of damage off that. Suppression knife out, but that does not find anyone. Where are these final 2 defenders? Pixels out towards one of the B doors. Can't get in because there's a sage wall. They have to go towards the top. And on the other side, interestingly enough, Hirsch is way out towards mid. Kind of just holding. Yeah, these 2 are just going to wait out the timer, as I think they didn't quite want this round to go this way. Had they been a little bit more, I don't really know what they could have done to save it, but regardless, it's a lost round, and Fangs will put the 3rd on board. All right. Okay. Interesting rounds coming out here. Reckoning actually losing some ground to Fangs, and Fangs are 2 rounds away from equalizing in the first half itself, which I know it sounds like what should be standard for a BO5, especially in map 3, but Reckoning, the way they played the last 2 maps, yeah, this for Fangs is a new one. And they will need to take full advantage of this here and now if they want to bring it back for themselves.
Yes, indeed.
Here.
As we proceed to round number 9, the push will happen nonetheless from Fangs' side. This time, Fangs are looking confident. They will make sure to win this round and at least put themselves back on track, equalizing it 5-5. And I have to say, Reckoning Esports, they went very much aggressive in that previous round. I mean, the previous 2 rounds really didn't favor them a lot. And Fangs decided, you know what, they're going very aggressive. How about we just take our sweet, sweet time, wait for them to make a mistake, play for picks, and then head in towards this side and take out players 1 by 1. And it is working. It did work out for the past 3 rounds, but since Reckoning Esports did get their buyback, and you also have the smoke being placed out, here comes suppression knife, tries to deny it, but it's too late. And here comes so much utilities that has been denied here. Just needs to wait for 0 seconds. The alarm abort is on, and so does the nano swarm, which means it will still be available for them to proceed. And look at that from the shadows, an immediate entry in towards the A site. And Pixels needs to be worried about that specific angle. Once again, Dominic is in big trouble, and if he dies, so does the spike.
Down A.
2 kills already in favor for Reckoning once again, but the pressure is on because there's 3 players slowly making their way towards the side, and they only have 10 seconds left. But if they cross more than 5 seconds, it's going to be even more difficult. That's 2 and 3. Deadly. Mischief managed. 6-3. They're back in the lead once again.
That was well played by Reckoning. Absolutely well played. Making sure that not only did Fangs have no way to get into B, but realizing at the same moment that Fangs decided, you know what, let's go off to the other side. Let's try and go to A. Reckoning, not only did they already have like 2 players watching A site, they realized that, yeah, they're going to go A now. There's no way they planned B with only 30 seconds remaining. They have to rotate to try and catch us off guard, so let's catch them off guard. And they did that perfectly. Slow orbs come out. Cactus, of course, clearing that just before the slow orb could catch them. Not for the chamber, though, unfortunate. But still, we have utilities being used up here. Boombot goes out with the slow orb as well. Cortez pushing up towards the sewers. Watching it very intently. There is somebody down there, and that looks like a raise. Grenade goes out, forcing that raise back, but they're still there. Not for long, though. Coley will get that kill. Drops in, takes the kill, falls back, and that is bad love of the board. 1 down, but a quick
That's a good spot.
drop down. Oh dear, but the gadget will also be destroyed instantly because of course, the player presence right there. Hirsch is watching that entry, shots fired, can't get that kill again. Just these little mistakes from Reckoning, they keep happening every now and again. But now the push is in, and the flash is in too. Rio and Hirsch will find too. And the defender killjoy lockdown is in effect. Shots to the boxes. That's Cortez getting one. IWNL gets the other. Defender killjoy lockdown is in here. Rio! Oh my goodness! Taking down so many. Cortez does find Rio, but the spike is on the ground.
Cortez doesn't know.
He
doesn't know.
They don't know. Cortez had no idea where Deadly was coming from. Deadly been so quiet that entire round for a big flank from the back. And well, we saw exactly where that got them. A kill, and a much needed one at that too. 2 more rounds back to back, and it's a 7-3. Reckoning Esports once again making their lead as large as they possibly can.
Keep up.
I have to say, on round number 8, where Fangs really did take their time to execute on B, that suppression knife gave them the opportunity to push it into a B site. That did not happen. They decided to, you know what, I'll just use from the shadows and just proceed to plant it in towards the A site, but that just happened quite the opposite. And back again, we see Dominic pushing again in towards the B side. He needs to be worried about he needs to be worried about the trap that's been laid out there. Again, apologies for the stutter as I'm having some issues on my end, but hopefully it should be fixed. But I have to say, Rio's performance though in that previous round, triple kills with the lockdown being placed, that really did set up the pace for Fangs. They're trying their best efforts to hold their ground once again. Rio, will he succeed? Oh my goodness, he actually does. 2 kills. Taking out Dominic. Even with the pressure being made and Rio still being alive with just 8 bullets. It's time.
There.
Like the time was perfect.
Last round.
They even had the backup. They arrived at the right time. And they cleaned the rest of the players one by one. 8-3. Last round. 4-roll swap. And back again, Reckoning Esports are dominating when it comes to winning their first half.
Placing sentry.
That they are. Excuse me for that awkward delay right there. I'm not sure what's causing my microphone volume to go up and down randomly. Well, down, so to speak. I think I need to just reinstall my audio drivers. What a day. Yesterday I got sent to the Shadow Realm, and today I'm here dealing with this. Anyway, looks like it's a defender push-up. Bad luck. You gotta be careful. So careful of that corner. There's an omen on the boxes. But no. No kill will happen from there. Oh, what a time to go up, but no, gets shut down by Cortez before anything could be done about that. Showstopper's in, but will a kill be taken? Yes, it will be. Pixels off the board. Now we have the entry coming in. Slowly but surely, shots should be fired. Yes, it will. There's one. Can't get the other, though. Cortez is there to shut down Bad Love ASAP. And a B has been taken over entirely. Hirsch can get one player back up on their feet. The Sage revive, as it were. There's also more that needs to be done. Suppression is out, and my goodness, Cortez is just out here. Cortez with the ace, and what a time to get it as well. Shutting down Reckoning on all fronts. using the utility that the team offers, the team of Fangs offers to great extent. Reckoning Esports are 8-4. We are now in the second half, folks. Round number 13 is a go. As we have the bye round coming in. We have the bye phase of the first round coming in. And 8-4, not a bad differential, I have to say. Reckoning on the attack, though, we'll see whether or not they're able to keep up with Fangs on this map.
And to do that, they have to win this eco round. Sorry, not the eco round. Pistol round in the second half. This will determine whether Reckoning Esports can handle the lead or Fangs equalize it. And look at that, RGE once again just patiently waiting to make sure none of that aggressive push will come back. They were prepped and ready this time. Made sure that suppression knife won't help them get caught off on certain situations. Kohli, wise for him to fall back, and so does the frag from Cortez to take out one. Too much damage, too much utilities from the tunnel side, from the heaven side, but it's too late. They've got the control on the side back again. But guess what? It's still 4v4. The utility still has a lot on Fangs' side, so they're going to use it accordingly in this post-plant situation. And to start it off, it will be Cactus's paint bomb first to give information and force the player to fall back in a way that is difficult for them to proceed. There you go. Deadly needs to be careful. Here comes the paranoia. Here comes the push. Will Deadly succeed? No, it does not. Too much man count, too much manpower, and it's a 2v2 situation with IWNL getting 2 kills, taking out Bad Love Pixels.
One
A
enemy
very huge
remaining.
flank, and if he gets this, it will be huge. And here comes Leo from the back to take out Dominic. It's IWNL. Can he clutch it out?
enemy remaining.
2 bullets, 1 bullet left, and a dream. Will he succeed? No! The knife! The knife! He wants to play the knife. No, the classics once again. But no, it's just fun and games in the end. 9-4. Reckoning Esports will get their pistol rounds in the second half. And Fangs, this will be a difficult road ahead in the second half. That is for sure, Jack.
That it will be. That round going away from them, Fangs could not afford that. They cannot afford these rounds slipping away from them like this. And Reckoning, well, they obviously will be loving this right now. They want these rounds to go their way as soon as possible. And to finish it off, I mean, they're very close. Only a couple of rounds away from the win. Oh my goodness, what a push out from Deadly, only to find everybody on mid. Sheesh. But we've still got a split push right here. One's trying to get into B, one is trying to get... Actually, 2 are going A right now, and I believe the Sage is actually with them, which means they've got A control. All they have to do is get in there, get the spike on the floor,
Oh, no.
and oh, Bad Love is gonna find 2. The spike is on the ground. Hirsch has made sure of that. It is now a 4v2. Pixels finding Dominic, leaving only these last 2 players. Teleport from Pixels, big teleport. Nearly had a third, nearly had one more on that one. Honestly, could have at that, but it doesn't matter. Bad Love's right here for cover, getting the third for themselves. IWNL goes down. It's a 10-4. And folks, this is now a grim situation. If you're a Fangs fan, if you are in that Fangs roster, this is a grim situation. 4-10. You've already lost 8-13 and 1-13. How do you bring it back from here? Because you absolutely desperately need to. One map, and maybe you can have the momentum shifting your way. But Reckoning Esports is not going to give any quarter, not today. That is for absolute certainty.
Deadly, he wants to get that kill once again, but it's too much for them to handle because Cactus was in an off angle. He will catch off Deadly just like that. I could say that this is progress, and with the jumping peak, and I believe he'll be able to get that information nonetheless. Boom bot to give them the assurance and also the confirmation from Cortez. Bad Love and Deadly, both of them are down, and look at that. The man count advantage will come in favor for Fangs this time. This will be a bonus round coming in from Reckoning Esports' side. And it's Hush who has to clutch out a 1v5 situation. We'll get one. This is in fact a good way for them to head out, but it's Dominic. You just need to be careful on certain situations like that. But in the end, we will see Fangs succeed in the bonus round. but there's still a lot of problems that Fangs needs to be taken care of. And I have to say, if they won the pistol round in the second half, I would have said that Fangs would have equalized it then and there itself. But that did not happen. They not only lost the pistol round, they even lost the round next to it.
Cover going out.
But they did somehow brought it back. The main problem is, can they handle it? Can they control this pressure that Reckoning Esports is providing to them? And getting that early peak must be a crucial part for Fangs to be getting it. And look at that IWNL. He's going to do exactly that by taking out Deadly. This is, in fact, will help Fangs, knowing that the early pick will be in their favor.
For now, though, that's just one body. You got to make sure to take care of Reckoning as an entire team, because otherwise, well, that will be your doom if you assume that one body down means that the round is over. Sasajar goes out. Cortez will find one. That's Rio off the board. Push out from Bad Love, but it's read into by Coley, who was watching, is standing, waiting there just for that kill. Harsh coming around towards A, but they are just going to hold this corner. Really not much else to do right now. 2v5. They've lost this round by giving away those 1v1s. Did not need to do those
30
things.
seconds left.
Going for picks like that. Reckoning, once again, falling prey to themselves, really, in a situation where, you know, playing for picks isn't really advisable. On top of which, if you're going to play like that, right, you have to at least be coordinating with each other to play for those picks.
10 seconds
They
left.
haven't been doing that. Reckoning has just been going in there, kill, let's get this and finish it off. That's what it feels like to me. But for the time being, yep, there we go. Time will be ticked away. And Fangs will get another round. Round number 16 goes to them. They are slowly mounting this back for themselves. Reckoning, on the other hand, like we said, falling prey to themselves, giving away 1v1s and going for those single peaks and potential kill plays. Not working. Fangs is still fully coordinating as a team. And Reckoning, if they want to win this, if they want to finish it off on map number 3 itself, they will have to do the same. Otherwise, they will end up falling prey to their own hubris. Just because you've gotten ahead doesn't mean the match is over. And it looks like it's going to be an eco round. At the very least, Deadly only can go for a frenzy right now. Spike in hand, though. Very aggressively already towards the attacker's side. Pushes in very aggressively. In the smoke, no less, but...
Spike down
Okay,
A.
not sure what that push out was for. Coley will take that kill. Spike is down inside of the A site, and the entirety of the team has rotated to B. Good shot by Rio. That's going to be one down. Alt Orb is going to be taken. No, it'll be actually given to Rio right there.
I see. Oh, man. I see.
As we have the paranoia coming in.
I got the spike.
Slowly but surely, Spike is now in here. It has been recovered, so it will be planted. That was a bait play on A, and a big bait play indeed. Showstopper goes out. Can't quite find anyone off of that, though. The plane the site is going to be in. Wall is up. That went off just about right. Cactus gets one. Bad Love off the board. There's a big push coming in right now from above and from the sides. Everybody's in here. Shots are about to be fired. Harsh, they need to find one. They do. Couple more maybe. Self-heal. Attacker Killjoy lockdown is in, but it does not find any detentions.
Swarm grenade out.
The spike is ticking. The time is going away. Harsh is still in here. That's going to be the first attempt at a
One
defuse.
enemy remaining.
They're going to stick it.
Last
They need to
player
stick
standing.
it. They can't because Rio is here with the double. The triple indeed. Helping the team win the round out. It doesn't matter that they get taken down as a result. Both teams have no players remaining, so both of them will have decent economy to start off the next round. But that, boy, oh boy, was that so close. Huge bait play by Reckoning Esports. Big brain moves. And, well, by the skin of their teeth, but it worked. And now, Reckoning Esports are one round away
Time
from
for a
series
field
point.
test.
11-6 Fangs. It's now or never.
It is now or never. Jesus, man. What was that bait? For a moment there, I also kept thinking, why does Jet have the spike in hand? Turns out, it was all a bait. You had from the shadows, and once you got the confirmation on the B site, from the shadows get the spike and just plant on B. My God, what an Reckoning Esports just played it so well, and fans did not even expected that to happen. And this time, Reckoning Esports, they only need 2 more round wins to succeed. Null command's already been popped on the A site. The confirmation will not be on A execute, which will be in fact not a good idea for Fang's side, because they've already lost their null command, which means that they have to shift. But this time you still have the stacks being made, which means all 3 of them in towards the B site. Deadly, he could updraft, but if this is a good idea though, he just needs to wait for the smoke. Just needs to wait for the confirmation. Oh no, this is going to be a sage ball. Execute. Oh no. Oh ho ho ho. 3 players already gaining control on towards the heaven side, and it's just chaos all around the side B. And it's just 2 players left, Cortez and Kohli. Cortez, he has to make this play. He has the op. You even have Kohli support. We succeed, in which it's not gonna happen because Deadly, he picks up. It's not working out once again, and with the wall bang to clean it out from Harsh. Folks, this is it. It is match point. Or should I say map point for Reckoning Esports. 1 more round to be crowned as the champions of Milestone Series. And Fangs, what a performance that they've made in this event. But it's Reckoning Esports who are dominant for these past 3 maps. Boy, the tension is in already, and Deadly, he is not wasting any time at all, providing pressure towards Kohli, and once again it's a headshot. Smokes Cortez. Does he know? He doesn't know, but Deadly does, so he'll fall back at the right time. But the location has been compromised, but you still have the Raze, Cactus, still patiently waiting on the side. And here comes his pressure. He gets 1, he gets 2. Beautiful shots, and it's Deadly who needs to make this play once again. Fails. With the op shot, he could make this a comeback. The showstopper, will it connect? No, it does not. It's a 1v2. Spy plant is still in. They need to make this play. Cortez will go down. This is it. This is what Reckoning Esports has been waiting for.
Oh boy.
It's just 1 player left. It's just Cactus. Will he get it? Fake plant. Oh, this is a lot. This is a lot. Cactus, he was just waiting for that perfect moment, and then suddenly, Pixels, he just made a quick turnaround. Again, quick peek once again. He's not letting him going for the plant. Pixels, he's done it. He's done it.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you go.
Attacker.
Your winners
Rest now.
for CriticalX presents Valorant Milestone event. Reckoning Esports are your champions in this series. Congratulations. And Fangs, I have to say, man, what a performance for these 3 maps. But in the end, I have to say, oh my goodness, Reckoning Esports all the way. Look at that, Bad Love and Deadly, 20 to 15 kills. Cortez with 24 kills for Fangs' side. But I have to say, what a dominating performance from Reckoning Esports. 3 map wins back to back, with first half full on favor for Reckoning Esports. And my God, what a performance from Deadly and Bad Love. Both the Duelist as well as the Sentinel working together to get things done. And how can I forget about Rio? Beautiful timing with the information while he plays as either the Sova or from the KO. So much information from Recon Darts. The Hunter's Fury perfectly played. And I have to say, that bait from Deadly, what can I say? I mean, they just played it so well. They thought the execute was at A. But little did you know, it wasn't.
Well done. Well done to the side of Reckoning Esports. They are your milestone champions, folks, here at the CriticalX Milestone Series. powered by Loco. Let's have a look at the MVP for the match itself, I believe, and that is going to be Bad Love. Okay, so it's actually MVP for yeah, it's actually MVP for map number 3 now that I look at those stats. And overall, I have to say, Bad Love, interesting that they are the MVP, but they were doing so well. I feel like what's his name? Deadly was a little bit, held back this time around. I don't know. Maybe the fact that performing consistently for 2 maps back to back had Deadly a little bit wheezed out, a little bit tired out, as it were. So Bad Love had to step up with the duelist on the Raze as well. Good stuff from them, good stuff from Reckoning, and they absolutely made sure to shut it down. That is to say, shut down Fangs. So, all in all, Fangs, it was a great attempt, and it was an attempt that could have gone a long way, but unfortunately for them, it did not, folks. So, Reckoning Esports are your winners. They came in at last seed, literal last place on the Swiss League table. Because of their seed, they lost the grand final to Team Sudesh of Level Up Series 3. They couldn't qualify in Level Up Series 2. They got eliminated early. I don't think they even played in Level Up Series 1. Even if they did, they didn't have any stream matches. So there was that. But Level Up Series 3, they made it in, and now, after a small hiccup that sent them to the lower brackets, they are your winners of the Milestone event. They have brought it in, brought it home, and they will be walking away with 65,000 INR out of that 150,000 prize pool. The rest, of course, goes to second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth, all the way down to the 6th place, and tons of bragging rights at that. Reckoning's a big org in our region. They've got teams of multiple games, multiple esports, and also in Valorant, they've had their moments. Maybe on VCC they haven't been as good as, say, VLT or Global Esports, but they're there. They've always been there in that top 5. And who knows, maybe the next VCC will be theirs. We will have to wait for that season to watch and find out. We hope you'll be cheering them along, and we hope that you'll be cheering on Fangs when they find an org once again to put themselves on track, because this is a good team with a lot of potential, and they truly deserve a home with an org that will help them become one of the best in the region. They've got that potential, folks. Make no mistake. But with all of that being said, I believe that wraps everything up for us here at the Milestone series. That is it, folks. We hope that you've enjoyed. We hope you've had a fantastic time watching as we have casted and our back-end admins have held the matches together. Our production has got this stream out to all of you on Loco and, of course, on YouTube every now and again when we get those matches there as well. But that's going to be it from all of us here at the CriticalX Valorant Milestone and Level Up Series, powered by Loco. That's going to be it for myself, Blackjack, and Babagusta, as we will be signing off here and now and finishing this off. We hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you in the next Valorant series, whenever that is, at least whenever me and Baba are going to be casting again. So until then, stay tuned, and goodbye.
Yo. That's how we do it.